The best of the Morning X on 99X. Barnes, Leslie, and Jimmy. The original 99X.
We have heard of some pretty wacky things on this show. We've heard of some weird... We've talked to people who have suffered from weird things and weird diseases and all that. I've never heard of anything like this. Dateline last night.
She works as a hygienist and office manager for a local dentist in southwestern Massachusetts. She's a wife and mother of 3 grown children. She swims at the local pool. What most people don't know, what they don't see, is a secret Eileen has struggled with for 30 years.
You're happily married. You have this beautiful new home. From the outside, you look like you deal with this very well. Do you?
I'm able to function. I am able to do what I have to do. But on the inside, I'm constantly nervous.
As busy days give way to quiet evenings, you might think she could relax. But Eileen is most vulnerable at night. With it comes a darkness all its own. In her journal, she calls it the monster.
It comes at night. I know it will. It whispers to me, warns me, overcomes me, violates me.
Every night when Eileen gets ready for bed, she can't avoid what she has spent most of her life trying to control and to conceal.
My day of hiding is over.
She has to look in the mirror to face what she has revealed to very few people. This. This is not natural hair loss. It is what Eileen does to herself. It is a highly secretive disorder called trichotillomania, a condition in which Eileen cannot control a compulsive urge to pull out her own hair. Trichotillomania is not a new disorder. First named about 100 years ago, the name comes from the Greek words meaning frenzy to pull hair.
Makes sense.
What exactly causes trichotillomania? No one knows for sure. It is currently classified as an impulse control disorder. It can start for no apparent reason or can be associated with stress or even a chemical imbalance in the brain. Millions of American men and women have it.
Millions?
I was appalled, mortified.
Millions
We've
of
had
people
somebody
do this?
on the show before who has had this.
You know what?
We had a guy on.
We have, haven't we?
did.
We had a guy on who had the same thing. It was on a Make Us Say Wow or one of those segments.
It's surprising, though, that there are millions of people that have this disorder.
I don't believe
anybody.
that figure. I don't
Millions?
believe that figure. Millions?
But we did have a guy on who had that. He said he would just uncontrollably start just pulling his hair.
There's
Pull
no
it out.
drug or anything that can be given to someone to suppress this urge.
I mean, how bizarre!
It is bizarre.
Now,
It's very sad.
She wears a wig during the day, and when she took the wig off, and
Well, why didn't
boy,
you just
how
pull the wig
brave-
hair out?
How brave of her to even go on TV.
That way, if she just puts the wig on and pulls the wig hair
the
out,
wig
I'm not
hair
laughing at the disease, but pull the wig hair out and then have your
You're
real
right.
hair on
well, maybe
later.
because she, something about the pain.
Well, she says it doesn't hurt. Oh, wait, here we go. Wait a minute.
We have someone that has this condition.
All right, here we go.
There's David who has it. Line one. Go to one.
You knew.
David.
Hey, guys.
Do you have this?
Yes, I do. I really do.
What is it?
Trichotillomania.
Trichotillomania.
Now,
How long have you had it?
All my life.
Now, first
but
of all,
I never knew it had a name until I was about 4 or 5 years ago.
all right. First of all, millions of people have this. That sounds like a little over-exaggeration.
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. It's not
right.
something that you go around saying, "Hey, everybody, hey, do you got trichotillomania?"
All right, so
Sure.
when did you realize you had like this problem?
When I was a kid, actually, I was aware of it right away. Now, I've never had large chunks of baldness or anything, but I do know that I've never been able to wear a mustache or a beard because that was just too obvious.
Well, they had this was very sad. I mean, it really was sad, and as bizarre as it is, it's really sad. They had a little
Big
girl.
holes in her scalp where the hair was.
The woman had like a real, almost completely bald patch that ran down the middle of her head.
Oh man!
And they had, and what was really sad is they had this little girl on who was probably no more than 12 or 13 years old who has done this her whole life, and she wears a bandana, but of course you can imagine the teasing that she talked about getting, kids calling her Baldy, and finally, I don't know if they were telling kids this, but people started assuming that she was a chemo patient because she was wearing a bandana on her head.
What have you tried to do to eliminate this problem?
Well, we've been dealing with it in two ways. First of all, yes, serotonin reuptake inhibitors, antidepressants definitely help this compulsive disorder.
Now, does it hurt?
No, it doesnn't hurt. That's what everybody asks. Doesn't it hurt when you pull your hair? It doesn't hurt. It feels good.
Do you grab a couple of strands or a big
No, just one.
Just one?
One little hair.
One at a time.
Bing, bing,
for me.
Bing, bing.
Yeah, for you, but it could change for other people.
Other people, yeah, but just one at a time.
Well, it's harder to get a big whole thing of them out.
Have you ever tried like hypnosis or anything?
No, but I've tried like having a rubber band on my wrist, where every time I feel that compulsion, you snap that rubber band.
Right? Has that helped?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that helped for a little bit, but really it was only the medication that has any,
How many nights a week now are you pulling your hair?
Well, for me, it's mostly when I'm like not doing something. So I'm reading or I'm watching TV in the evening. Sometimes driving, you feel the compulsion. But now with the medication, it's much, much less. In fact, if I find myself doing it, I can think to myself, gee, have I taken my medication tonight?
Only your head, or do you start on the arm?
No, it's all, pretty much the head. I've kind of developed strategies so that it's not so obvious to people. But yes, I pull the hair on my head when I was younger, especially around my arms and other stuff too.
Well, for a guy though, it's not common to see guys who have bald patches or pattern baldness, but for a woman, it's got to be.
Obvious.
Hang on, Hal, you have it too?
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
When you pull out a hair, does it make the same noise as on the cartoon, like what Barnes is saying, dink, boink?
That little boing?
Boing, boing?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Okay, I was wondering.
But I'm different.
Pink.
I grab I just put my hand in my head and just kind of grab.
Oh.
And, I don't know, I don't pull out like huge chunks or anything like that.
No, but you really have this disease, this trichotillomania.
Well, I don't know. I'd never heard of it before. And when it came on today, and the guy said that, I'm like, I pull my hair, 3-4 times a week. Not that I take big chunks or I'm not bald or anything.
You didn't know it was a disorder, though?
No, I had no idea. I had no idea. When I'm getting nervous or when I'm tired, I do it.
Well, we've had a lot of people email us saying that listening to us makes them want to pull their hair out. But not.
But it's their.
It's
the hair on their butt.
I always thought it was figurative.
So, now you know. So maybe there's some medication you can take for it.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's not that big a deal to me at this point, anyway.
You don't care?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I just do it when I get nervous. It's just a reaction.
Oh, okay.
You may not have the full blown thing.
I don't have any kind of baldness or anything.
Now, David, this woman in that clip that we just showed from Dateline said that it almost seems like her hand sometimes is controlling itself, and it just gravitates towards her head. Yeah. Is that what it's like?
It's compulsive. It's an obsessive compulsive disorder. So you don't have control over it. You want to stop it. You say to yourself, gee, I'm not going to do it tonight. And then you just can't help it. Now, some people also, if you guys want to really get gross, another part of this, not for me especially, but some people also eat the hair.
They pull it and eat it.
They eat it.
I
wonder why.
I mean,
it's a compulsive thing. And some people have even had like hairballs that have had to be removed.
The best of the morning X. 99X.
Mic drop. Hosted by former Navy SEAL Mike Ritlin. It's raw.
I've been shot at, blown up, you name it.
It's unfiltered.
You go to the sound of the guns.
It's weird. I mean, I've had so many near-death experiences.
It's tough talk from the top minds in their field.
What if the units took a guy out back and shot him?
Bam, you're gone.
I would choose to do what frogmen do. That's what I chose, and it's what I would choose again.
I don't want you guys to cut any of this. Just leave it raw.
Mic drop. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.